Hello, guys, and welcome to our Car Confections end of the year live stream. Hope everyone can hear us here. Yeah, well, actually, I can't. So there you go.
Okay.
But happy new year. We are so excited that 2022 is just around the corner. We had a really awesome 2021. But there's a lot of really exciting stuff coming up in the next year that we're super stoked to show you guys. So thanks everyone for tuning in. We really appreciate each and every one of you all. Um, and yeah, we just wanted to do this like end of the year live stream. We're going to hopefully have a little bit more of these more consistently. We got pretty busy towards the end of the year and we didn't do it. So we're going to try and do that. But let's go ahead and see some stuff going on here in the chat. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Trance is asking about the RAV4. So actually, funny thing, we're actually filming today. We went to our Toyota dealer. They don't have any RAV4s at the current moment, but we are hoping that the RAV4 will be here in, he said, the next week or so for a RAV4. So hopefully we'll be able to get a review on that 2022 model. I honestly don't think it looks that different. So you said you have a 2021. You just bought it. I wouldn't be too concerned about it. They didn't really change a lot. So, we will have a review coming out in that refreshed model, but
Yeah.
I mean, it really
The headlight looks a little different.
yeah. I don't know if it even looks better. It just looks pretty good. I mean, it's a RAV4. So, but congrats on the new car, Trance. Let's see. Okay. We have a few on here. So,
I'll try to follow along on
yeah,
my phone as well.
Well, thank you so much, Nickel and Jackaroo. You say you've been watching since 2017. That truly means a lot to us. That's a long time ago. It's kind of hard to remember where we were back in 2017. My reviews probably weren't very good. So you're a real one for sticking around for that long. We really appreciate it. And you're talking about the Honda Pilot recall. So we actually, we saw this just a few minutes before we got on the live stream. It actually hasn't happened to anyone yet, according to Honda. So it's just something, it's preventative. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it if I were you. I don't think it's going to be likely that the hood will fly open. We haven't really heard of that from any of our Honda dealers or anything. So I think you'll be all right there. And, the Honda Pilot's a great car. So congrats on that. All right. Let's see. What state do we guys live? We live in Kentucky. We live in Lexington, Kentucky. So it's about 60 minutes, about an hour from Louisville, if you know where that's at. Hello. Lots of people on
Yeah,
here.
lots of good people saying hi.
Yep. I hope you guys are all doing great, enjoying a little bit of a break. Hopefully a lot of you guys are off, tomorrow and you can just enjoy the day. We have a 22 Kia Forte review coming up tomorrow at noon, I believe. So you guys can get excited for that. That's refreshed. We have a question about the MDX Type S and NSX Type S. NSX Type S, we probably won't have like a full review on the channel. They are very hard to come by, but we do have, I don't know if you missed it, but we do have a little quick walk around video that we filmed in Los Angeles back in November. So that's already on the channel if you want to check that out. That's probably going to be about our most detailed thing that we have coming up on the Type S NSX, just due to how rare it is. Now, MDX.
Yeah. I think we're hearing that they're going to be available probably really soon.
Yeah.
Maybe as few as a week or so.
Yeah.
So we're really going to keep our eyes peeled. We'll get that content to you guys as soon as possible because we're obviously anxious.
Yeah, we want to see the MDX Type S. The MDX Type S is going to be a really awesome car, and they did say probably in the next week or so. So we'll be, doing that ASAP. Our new car, we're still loving it. The Sonata, we just got out of it today. I think we have around 6,500 miles on the Sonata inline.
It's almost time for the first service.
Yep, complimentary service. And the Tesla, I think, is up to 17,000 miles on that, and we're still loving that. So we love both of our cars. So it keeps jumping around. Okay. What is your best sports car for 50 grand? You have any comment on that? Best sports car for 50K?
50,000.
For a while, they were actually discounting the Toyota Supra to be lower than 50K, but I don't think you're really going to be seeing much discounts nowadays at car lots. But the new Nissan Z will probably be a great option for you. That's not out yet. We haven't done any videos on that, but that probably will be out soon enough.
Maybe a base Corvette is close enough to 50.
Yeah, I mean, you can get them for about 60 if there's no dealer markup. But
maybe one day we'll be back to that point.
yeah, probably not anytime soon, but it'd probably be a long wait. I don't know. That's a great question. There's a lot of different sports cars that you could get for that. You could maybe do in like the lower luxury tier or a higher end non-luxury car. Avery's asking about the Grand Wagoneer. Grand Wagoneer, we our dealers don't have Grand Wagoneers just yet, so when they do get one, we'll review that. We're also hoping that corporate will send us one for a week. That's what we were really shooting for, is so we can have that extensive test of the Grand Wagoneer and really compare to see how it is against the Escalade. Okay, guys, thanks for watching since 2019. Alexander, that's awesome. We really appreciate you guys. Let's see. What do you think? Okay. It keeps jumping around here, guys. Sorry about that.
Looks like we have something here about the house and the office. We did decorate. You might be able to see. There's our
Car Confections logo.
Car Confections thing up there at the top. Got a little Christmas tree over there.
Yeah. You can get a little quick office tour here.
This side.
I'll unplug the laptop here. Then over here we have our printer. That's a Tesla Model 3 print over there. And then we also have the all-new Integra on that wall right back there. And then we're also hoping to get framed up our YouTube 100K plaque. So that will be going right here on the wall. So the office is pretty cool. We might be able to do a full house tour at some point. We'll clean a little bit in advance for that. We were out filming today, so we don't have the house clean enough to do that. But maybe in an upcoming live stream we'll do that. Did we get a new car? We got a Sonata Inline in June of this year. So if you missed that out in the channel, we did get a new Sonata Inline, a 21 GMC Yukon. Absolutely a fantastic car. I will give them that. That's a fantastic vehicle. You can't go wrong with that segment, really. The Tahoe, Yukon, and Escalade, they're both all great cars. They're very expensive, but they are great cars.
Yeah. We're getting a comment about the new Tundra. We will be reviewing that soon. It's going to be about 3 weeks from now. We'll be able to bring you guys some Tundra content at a press event coming up. I can't share a whole lot about that yet, but there will be some new things that happen at that press event that you guys will be excited to see. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, so that was one of the, I don't want to cut anybody off on their questions there, so please, I'll keep an eye out where we left off, but I do want to talk about a few things just channel-wise, upcoming things in 2022 and events that we're going to. So in January, we do have a few events lined up. Like Drew said, one of the main ones is going to be Tundra. So we will be able to get that Tundra content to you all probably, I would say, third week of January. So we're really looking forward to seeing that new Tundra, giving you guys extensive looks at it. And if you have any specific content you'd like to see, please go ahead and comment on like one of our upcoming videos about what you'd like to see about that Tundra, because we will be going to that. Also coming up in January is Kia EV6. So the all-electric Kia, that will be a press event at the end of January as well. So look forward to seeing that in probably the last week of January. And we're very excited to see that. You know, we already reviewed the Ioniq 5 and we were a pretty big fan of that. So we'll be very curious to see how the EV6 compares in terms of what's different, what's better, what's worse. So we're going to definitely be looking forward to that. But yeah, those are the two that we know of as of now. Hopefully there will be more later on in the year, you know, pending how COVID goes. But we'll see about those things. And let's see. All right, let's answer a few more questions here. But yeah, a lot of things to look forward to in 2022. And we're very excited that we now have enough support from you all to be able to be invited to these events. So we really, really appreciate that, and hopefully it'll pay off for you guys because you'll get to see content as soon as we possibly can get it from the manufacturer.
Yes, absolutely. Will you do a 2-year update on your Tesla? Yeah, maybe.
We bought it in December
It has been
of
about
19, so it's been 2 years.
I guess it has been 2 years.
A little
so
over 2 years at this
slightly
point.
over that.
Yeah, we can do a 2-year update on that.
I guess the reason we haven't done it yet is because, thankfully, that's been rather uneventful.
Yeah,
That's kind of a good thing with car ownership. You want it to be pretty uneventful, and we're just cruising along.
and with electric vehicles, there's really little to no maintenance.
Right.
It's really just a tire rotation. So that's about it. So we really haven't done anything with it since that first update where they had to fix a few things that we had.
Right.
Yeah, we did just actually get an email today about a Model 3 recall about something to do with the trunk. The camera will turn off or something, but that does affect our VIN number, but we haven't had any of those issues yet. So
Wait, when did we get that?
it was
I
this
didn't
morning.
see that.
It was actually this morning that we got a recall notice.
Oh, you're talking about when we go into reverse and the camera doesn't pull up?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that has happened to me before.
Okay, well, that's one of the recall things. So
okay, there you go.
I guess I didn't tell you about that, but yeah.
Yeah. 2-year owner update preview.
Yeah. All right. So let's answer a few more questions here. We really appreciate every one of you all for tuning in. Happy New Year to all of you all that wish us Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you all. Okay, let's get a few. Mercedes-Benz, GLC, Lexus RX 350. That is a tough call. The RX is probably going to be more comfortable than a GLC, so I'll tell you that. It just depends on what you're more interested in, more like a German side, or German has a little bit more dynamics than the RX.
For sure.
Someone's asking about the comparison. Oh, that's another point that we wanted to bring up. Comparison between Grand Wagoneer, Escalade, or Navigator. So we're currently figuring out what we wanted to do with the comparisons on that, actually. So we have a Wagoneer review that was $90,000, and we also have an Escalade review that was it was like $89,000. So they're equivalent in price, but really the Grand Wagoneer is supposed to go against the Escalade. So I don't know if we were gonna do that or not.
One of those
but
yet.
Yeah,
we'll be looking for that though.
Yeah, but we might do that soon. And we're also going to be doing a lot more comparisons for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
In the upcoming year. CRV, we're definitely expecting that to be new this upcoming year. So there's going to be a lot of new Honda products coming out in 2022. So definitely get excited about that. Some of the current Honda products are getting a little bit older. CRV, Pilot, those cars, that they're getting a little older. So expect those to be new at this year. We don't know what time of the year, probably towards the end of the year, that those will be new.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. GX 460. What do we think about the Lexus GX 460? It's a good one.
What about it?
It's a really good product. We're talking to Yash Patel. It does its job really well. It doesn't get good fuel economy, so it just depends on what you're looking for. It's a very reliable form of transportation, and it's very comfortable, smooth, and it's also cheaper than the competition. So It's hard to complain.
It's not going to be high tech. It's definitely going to be more outdated.
Yeah, and the third row is not great, but it depends on what's important to you for that, and it's also extremely off-road capable. Okay. All righty. Let's see if we can skip around to a few more questions. I'm getting a few about my knee. So I guess I'll answer this. My knee's all good now. So if you haven't noticed in some of our more recent videos, I'm fully good. I'm not wearing any more braces or anything. So we're all good on that. I had to go to PT for about a month and a half. So it was a little bit of a long recovery, but it's all good now, and I can do everything that I used to do. I can climb in those third rows and do whatever. I kick tailgate, all that stuff is back to normal. So no worries on that. Hi, Ellie. I see you're on here. Ellie Richardson. Hello, hello. I'm glad you're joining us here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. Here's a good question. I think I could think about this. What's your favorite fun driving sedan under 30K? Because that was really a great question that we wanted to answer when we were buying our cars. As what's a great sedan for around 30K to buy?
Oh yeah, that's
What
true.
do you think, Drew?
Well, stuff that we were looking at thinking about buying, because like you said, we were trying to be 30 to 35-ish $1,000, like Mazda 3 Turbo Premium, of course the Sonata inline, Honda Accord Touring 2.0T or Sport 2.0T, stuff like that. Those are probably the best driving like sedans when you count into those categories of vehicles.
Civic Hatch.
Yeah,
we did Civic Hatch. The Civic Hatch is a great product. I mean, so I think Rex B here commented it down here, but Civic Hatch, we were very impressed by that. Also, Civic Type R will be coming out. We already did Civic SI. That's a great driving sedan. If you want to drive a manual transmission car, you're absolutely fine. I mean, you can't be faulted for picking that Civic SI. The Elantra N is also a fantastic option. That's also new. So, I mean, there is there's a lot of things in that segment, and really a lot of different avenues you can go down. So it's a great segment to be in. It's really heating up recently.
I've seen a comment about the Mazda CX-50. That's definitely an exciting product. I know a lot of you guys are excited about that. We were like kind of surprised by that, actually. They unveiled that. We're like, wow, that looks really good. I think that's going to be an impressive product. Just kind of the CX-5 is so strong, and then to add that stylish design on the exterior, the most modern interpretation of the Mazda interior, I think it's going to be a real winner.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it will be. I'm excited to see it. That'll probably be, I think it's going to be a summer launch for the CX-50. So hopefully we can get our hands on that. And if you guys keep subscribing and telling everyone in your family to subscribe to us, we should be able to go to as many media events and get that content as quickly as we possibly can. It looks like Braden Sowers donated a little bit. Thank you so much. Happy New Year's. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. I hope I didn't butcher your last name too much, but we really appreciate all of the support, guys. You guys are awesome, and we're a growing family. We have 273,000, I think, as of today. So it's a lot of people, and we really appreciate all of it. I mean, if you haven't heard our story, we've really we've always loved cars. We've loved, doing videos, and then we just kind of combine the two. And to be able to do this as a career is just absolutely awesome. So we really appreciate it so much. So each and every one of you, we really appreciate it. All right. Now, someone asked about the LX 600. I think that'd be a good thing to discuss, the new Lexus LX. That's something I'm pretty excited for too. The big, large luxury 3 rows are some of the most exciting products that you can really get behind the wheel of. They have so much tech, so much luxury, 6-figure price tags. There's just a lot to like about them. We'll definitely be doing that car as soon as we can, and I'm sure there'll be lots of comparisons to come along with that too.
Of course, there's not going to be a Land Cruiser in the U.S.
Disappointing, yeah.
So if you want that kind of experience, the LX is going to be the way to go.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's not too much of a compromise. It's really, those are really nice vehicles.
And I think the LX did sell quite a bit better than the Land Cruiser here in the U.S. at least.
For sure.
So I'll be very excited to see that. It was a little outdated in certain regards, so I'm sure Lexus is going to really step it up. Another one we're looking for is the new NX. Yes, I know we haven't reviewed it yet, and I apologize about that, but we're trying to currently get our hands on it. The dealers don't have them just yet. We're trying to get one out of the fleet. So hopefully that will happen soon enough. Lexus NX, Ford Maverick, Infiniti QX60, all those I'm probably forgetting a few of them. Those are 3 big products that we haven't done videos on that we're forefront of our minds trying to get those products as soon as we can to you guys.
Yeah, as you guys probably know, unless you've been, under a rock, the way things are these days,
Yeah.
especially in the auto industry, everything's under very, very limited supply. Even things that aren't new or even particularly popular, you can't hardly get your hands on. And then especially something that's brand new, that's exciting. Those things are usually sold before they ever even get close to a dealership, and everyone is fighting over them in press fleets and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's a challenging environment, but we're trying to do the best we can for you guys to make sure we get, all the latest and greatest content. Yeah, that's what we got to do.
There's a part that is just trying to get the content. In order to get the cars, it's sometimes very difficult to get it. We have to fight against Motor Trend trying to get stuff. It's difficult to get it out of the fleets. So some of you guys were asking what we were hoping to get out of the fleets. We did request a few things. Grand Wagoneer, Grand Cherokee 2-row. We haven't done the 2-row version. We're hoping to get that too. And then the new Equinox, the K5 GT, Kia K5 GT, the new Mitsubishi Outlander. We haven't done a video on that. I've seen a few of them come out. So I don't know. I think that's going to be a pretty cool product. It's a Nissan Rogue, kind of reskinned. So I think that will be an interesting product. It's 3 rows, so that might be a unique advantage over the Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are some of the big ones that we're looking forward to getting, hopefully, out of the fleet. So
yeah.
Um,
Someone asked, what's the first review of 2022? That's going to be the 2022 Kia Forte tomorrow at noon.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we have to talk about. Mason, do you ever miss the Elantra?
It's your first car, so I don't think you ever really will forget it. It's just an awesome thing to have your first car, but it's also, uh, quite a bit of an upgrade to get the Sonata inline. It has a lot more power, a lot more tech, a lot more luxury. So I can't say I really miss it too much on the daily, just because of the Sonata is really a great car, but it's not. I still do kind of miss it. I'm not gonna say I don't miss it at all, because it is my first car. So I'll always remember my first Elantra, the 18. It was an awesome car. So whoever ended up with that one, hopefully they enjoy it for many years to come. Someone said they found us during the pandemic. I'm so glad your channel helped mitigate some of the craziness. Happy New Year. Well, we're really glad as well. We really appreciate you watching, and if we can just provide a little bit of enjoyment nowadays, that's as good as we can get. And we love just sharing our passion of cars and all that with you all. So if you love cars, we love cars. Let's do it together. Just enjoy that ride. I have a few people asking if you're not familiar with the channel, we're brothers. Yeah, so we're brothers. I'm 20. I'm turning 21 in 3 days, and he's 25. So he's the older one. I'm the younger one. We started the channel when I was 12. He was 16. So it's kind of a family thing here, and yeah.
Yep. Someone's asking about the Genesis G90, the 2023.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So that's really nice looking. I'm really excited to see it in person, but in the pictures, it's pretty sexy. It looks really nice. I'm liking the direction that they're going. I mean, we love the Genesis products and the things that they're doing, and it just seems like that they're just getting better and better. That's going to be the pinnacle of the lineup. So really excited about that. And they're probably going to do maybe a GV90, an SUV flagship, which
oh my gosh, that will be a killer.
People will go crazy
I love it.
over that. Everyone loves SUVs right now.
Yeah.
So I hope they do that. But this G90 is the first step in that direction. Of course, there's going to be the electric GV60 coming out, the electrified G80 coming out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exciting things going on with their lineup.
Guys, go ahead and comment down below what you guys think about Genesis. I think that's probably a good talking point. We get a large variety of different things with Genesis products. People love them, people hate them. I really like their designs. There are a few things that I think the Germans still do a lot better, but I think Genesis is going in perfectly the right direction. And thank you guys for all the early happy birthday wishes here. I appreciate it. I've watched 25 videos at work today.
That's right.
That's right.
It's the day before New Year's. It's New Year's Eve.
I mean,
You're supposed to relax a little.
Relax and watch some Car Confections videos. That's as good as it gets. Yeah. Okay, we got a few questions. I've seen this one a few times, the GR86 and BRZ. We will hopefully be reviewing those soon. Our Toyota dealer also is supposed to have one of those in the next week or so. So hopefully we'll be able to handle all those at once and review a bunch of Toyota products coming up. Okay. How do you feel about the Alfa Romeo Giulia? Okay, that's a new one. Honestly, I've only been in that car like twice. So,
Yeah.
we've never reviewed it. So I don't really feel qualified to do like a full comparison against some of its rivals, but
the interior was not very nice, the one we were in.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, it was a short amount of time, but I believe it was like an auto show or something, but definitely set inside of one of those, as well as a Maserati Quattroporte. And I remember thinking both of them had very Chrysler-y cabins, like kind of low rent for the price tag. But,
I think they were
probably
mentioning,
offset by the way it drives. I've heard really good things about that.
And I think they were mentioning it might have been discounted a little bit, or for a little over 30K. So, at that point, if you're looking at something like a competitive set, price, of course, makes a big difference. If it's heavily discounted, you might be cross shopping it with something normal, whereas if it's in the luxury segment, we're cross shopping it in our minds with like a Mercedes or a BMW that might have better material quality. So, that's by no means saying that it's a bad car. We've never really reviewed it, so I'm going to refrain from, saying much about that really. But as far as, on the surface, it seems fine. What's our favorite 3-row SUV? Luxury or non-luxury? Comment that down.
That matters a lot.
Yeah, it does. And also, that's probably a good talking point. We're hoping to make, at least in January, we're hoping to make some of like our top picks for each segment type of videos. I don't know if you guys have seen some of those videos, but there's quite a few on our channel already, and we're hoping to do a lot more for the upcoming model year, so that you guys can know maybe should you wait now or later or whatnot. So, okay. Hi from Iowa. Well, thanks for joining us. We're over here in Kentucky. We fly over Iowa a few times, go to California. So we've never been there. Hopefully at one point we might. A lot of people talking about the Tesla Model S Plaid. We're also hoping to have a review on that soon enough too. But our guy in Cincinnati that has all these Teslas, I don't think he's received his yet. So when they do receive it, that will be something that we're definitely looking forward to reviewing and getting on our channel. And we'll, of course, talk about that yoke steering wheel, the half steering wheel, or whatever that everyone talks about. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
See if you can get a good grip on it.
We have someone from the Dominican.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Awesome. I love to hear about that. People from all across the globe. That's so awesome and unique that we're able to, have people all across the world do that and see us. So we really appreciate you tuning in.
I always thought your channel icon is a shrimp, and now I see that it's a sea.
Where did you see that one?
This one here. Naren N.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, it is a donut.
I mean,
it's a donut. Yeah.
That's the donut that makes a sea. Yeah.
Sometimes we get people confused about it, but it's a donut. Actually, hold up. I'll be right back. Here it is. We have this. Yeah. if you haven't seen, this is our logo. It's a donut with a car, like the donut coming out of the car. So I thought it was pretty creative, honestly. You might hate it, but I thought it was pretty good. So
I mean, we're making it by hand.
Yeah.
It's our like thing. We made it ourselves, so we're not artists. We do cars.
Yes, Sunjib, yes, we will be doing a 22 RAV4 as soon as possible. If you missed that at the beginning of our live stream, yeah, we'll be doing that ASAP. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have someone from Zimbabwe.
Wow.
Welcome. That's so awesome. That's so far away. Wow. That is awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy New Year. I don't really, with the time difference, we're probably getting close. Is it already New Year there? It could be.
Probably not, but
I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe comment down below.
It's closer.
Joel. Yeah, that's so cool. All right.
Are you big fans of sweets, considering your channel's name?
Right now we have a lot of sweets.
Yes.
Right after Christmas.
Through
I mean,
Christmas.
we really racked up.
Pie,
I will tell you.
cookies, chocolate.
Yeah. We have everything.
So much stuff.
But on the day-to-day, really, I normally just have like ice cream and whipped cream. Like I'm a big fan of whipped cream and ice cream. Those are my two favorites. We also like Oreos. So Oreos all the time. If you ever want to send us something, send us a pack of Oreos. That'd be pretty nice. Or Burger King coupons. That'd be nice. Okay. That's funny. Okay. All right. Let's see if we have a few other questions. And see if we wanted to talk about just a few other things before we ended this. But have you had, okay. Danny asked about the future of Infiniti. I think that's a neat discussion to talk about. What do we think about the future of Infiniti?
I mean, for a long time, it was not going well. I think they're trying to do better. Again, the QX60, we're having a delay getting a hold of that. That's really, I feel like the future almost hinges on that.
I think it does. That's probably their most important product.
Because that is their most important product. It's historically has sold better than their other stuff. So it's really going to have to do a lot with that. I think that's promising. The way it looks, the interior looks very nice. I'm sure it's going to be priced very competitively against the competition like the MDX. And
it has a real transmission.
Exactly, 9-speed.
The QX50 I think looks gorgeous, but the fault of it is that engine and powertrain combo. And it didn't do anything to turn the brand around back in 2019. They don't sell very many of those, and I think that's really the reason why. And they're pretty expensive too. So, we'll see what Nissan does or what Infiniti does in the upcoming little bit. Hopefully, they make a really killer QX80 as well when that comes out. You really need a good flagship product, but we'll see about that. I don't know it. They're probably, I think they're doing better, but for a while it was pretty bad. That it was just a really old product. So
right. I mean, the same goes for the whole Nissan brand. They really put out a ton of new products, and they have even more coming out.
Yeah. Anthony is curious about how we choose what cars we review. And thanks everyone. I agree with you. I think our emblem's pretty cool. So we choose cars to review. Basically, we check inventory, which is like checking with all the 30 some dealers that we pull from and get cars from and just see what they have. We, of course, prioritize new products, products that you guys recommend or want us to do reviews on. We also look at stuff that has been on the channel that is successful. So if we have one video that got a bunch of views and has a lot of attention on it, maybe people really love this one video, maybe we'll look at doing another trim level of that. So a lot of things do go into that decision. It's not just me picking randomly, but
we take your feedback.
Yeah, and we do listen to you guys.
I continue, even though the channel has 270,000 people that make comments. which, by the way, I believe the statistic on that was, I just saw it the other day, 36,000 comments or something
That's
like
a lot of
that over the
comments.
past year.
That's a lot of comments.
And we still look at them all every morning. I start off the morning by looking at you guys' comments, responding to as many as possible. So I do see everything that you say. And when you ask for certain things, we do keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we have a few comments talking about, have you ever had a dealer tell you can't drive the car? We don't really have that issue. When we first started, we were too young to drive the cars. So Drew was on permit. So unless our parents went along for a ride, we couldn't drive them. So that was the one issue we had. But since then, we've grown a little bit. So we're fine. No problems with the dealer so far. So so far, so good. And then, we have just a few people talking about Rady's rides. We've met him at a few events. We've talked to him quite a few times. Very nice person. It's really cool getting to meet other YouTubers that do car reviews as well at these events. So they all go to the same ones. So it's very unique that we grew up watching a lot of these YouTubers, and then now we're able to meet them in person. Hopefully one day we'll be able to meet Doug DeMuro. That would be pretty cool. So, but we'll see.
Sob Kyle 04.
Oh, that would be, that's what we grew up watching Sob Kyle 04 and Redline reviews.
YouTube for us at the very beginning. And then Sophion, we were always watching his videos later on as well.
Yeah.
Of course, we know Sophion very well now.
Shout out Sophion. Yeah, it was so weird meeting him for the first time because I was like totally fanboying over him because it was just like so weird being able to see him in person. But all right. I've watched 500 reviews over the past year. Well, thanks, Joseph. That's a lot of reviews. I don't even think we made that many. So you've been watching past year reviews. So nice. You're a real one. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I love to hear that. All right.
Will you do donuts in the Sonata inline? I'm not thinking so.
Hey,
it'd be pretty challenging to do donuts from a front-wheel drive car, but
it does heck of a burnout.
We could do a burnout.
It will do a burnout, absolutely. The only problem is that I don't mind doing too many burnouts in a press car because it's not my car. But if it's my car, then if I roast the tires off, then I have to buy new ones. So that's a little bit of a problem. So, of course, you don't want to have a new set of tires every week. Or also, one of the other YouTubers we were talking to got a speeding ticket in a Sonata inline, not for speeding, but for burning out, and the police saw him. So that's something to keep in mind. Apparently, that's illegal. So, Tabby says, appreciate your content. You've helped people tremendously with their car selections. That's awesome. We really love to hear that. I mean, it always really makes me feel good about myself when people say that they, picked a car based on my video. That really, we want to inform you guys. It's not, what we want. We want to just like provide the information, let you make the decision. So
right. That's been one of our thing kind of from the very beginning, just to kind of really focus on the information side of things and helping people come to make the right decision for themselves, because what is the right car for me or Mason or whatever is not the right car for you. It's about you making that decision, making that informed decision based on the things that are most important to you. And after you watch our videos, you should be able to see what those characteristics are and figure out what the best thing is.
We have a few people asking about Scotty Kilmer. I don't think he doesn't really go to what we go to. Honestly, I haven't really watched much of his content. We get a lot of comments about him, and especially in our Hyundai reviews. So I feel like he does not like Hyundais or any Korean car besides for Japanese cars. So I don't know. I don't know if you all trust him or not, but I haven't watched any of his content. Maybe we'll meet him one day. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But yeah, I don't. Yeah. Oh well. Well, thanks, Joseph. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the nice comments. Someone asked about a Rolls Royce. Probably not, honestly. I mean, they're cool cars. If we have the chance to, we will. But I doubt they're going to send us one of those. You have to be real famous to get that. So I think Sofyan did get a Rolls Royce this year, but I don't think we're gonna get one. If we get one here, I probably will pass out, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Don't get your hopes up on that one. If you guys get a lot more people to subscribe, maybe. If you go out in the streets and get like 4 or 5 people per subscriber here, then maybe. But I don't know.
Yeah, I got an interesting comment. Someone said, "Do you think a car defines a person?"
Oh, that's a great
I was like,
question.
"That's
Oh my
interesting."
gosh.
So I don't think it defines a person. I think it accentuates a person. I think it definitely says
It
things
does.
about who you are and how you think. It really does say things. You can kind of tell some stuff, even if you didn't meet somebody and you can just pay attention to what they drive. It does say some stuff about them for sure. But I think it's something that just kind of you buy because of what you consider to be a priority and what's not.
Looks like we got a donation from Daily Motor. So this is interesting, guys. So this is Charlie. We met him at an event. Thank you so much, Charlie. Happy New Year. We look forward to seeing you at the next event. But yeah, these are some more awesome people that we get to meet at some of these events. So he has a channel himself. So lots of really cool stuff on his channel.
Yeah, go check that out, Daily Motor.
Yeah, go check it out. It's a really cool channel. It's awesome getting to meet him in person.
And he just picked up a new Ford Maverick. So if you're interested in that, go over there to his channel and check out some content about that.
We don't even
I haven't even been in one yet.
We haven't done a Ford Maverick, so I guess we can just say, just go watch his, because we haven't done it. So maybe at some point we'll do a meetup and get his Maverick. He used to have a Tesla Model Y, but he got rid of it. So now we're the only Tesla people here. So, but it's awesome getting to meet him. We met him at the Hyundai Tucson event back in April. Someone asked about the Tucson. Here it is. The 22 Tucson. Oh, so William Bolden bought one.
Where are we
at? It's just a little bit up. He bought a Hyundai Tucson Limited hybrid. That's a great car. We had that one for a week, and we really loved that car. I mean, it was great. The only thing, William, will you comment down below what fuel economy you average? Because that was the only thing I wasn't sold on in that car. Because when we had it for the week, we were only averaging about 37 mpg, which was a little bit under the EPA rating. I think
37?
Wait, actually, it was lower.
32.
It was 32 miles. That's what it was. It's rated at 37. We were averaging 32. So I was curious to know if maybe over a longer stretch of time, you got better fuel economy.
Or in different weather or whatever. I think it was the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
So.
Someone asked about the keying of the Tesla. No, we never found out who did that, but we did get it fixed. So the Tesla's all good again, but it's we never found out who did it. But now we have it in a nice garage, so no one will ever be able to key it unless they sneak into my garage before I shut the door. So I think it'll be nice and safe.
Was it William I was talking?
Yes, William. Yeah.
Yeah, over 600 miles on our first tank. So that's really good.
Well, good. We just weren't averaging super great fuel economy. So that was the only thing I wasn't sold on. So I love that car. That's a great car. So hopefully it gets you really good fuel economy as well.
Right. And asterisks, we're kind of used to driving a little fast. So
yeah. And we're car reviewers. That's our job. That's our job to do.
That doesn't help fuel economy.
Yes, we've met Sofyan from Redline Reviews, Nick Hill. He's a really cool guy. So we've actually grown to be pretty good friends with him. So that's awesome. Let's see. Straight Pipes, they're actually based in Canada, so they don't go to the same events that we go to. So I doubt we'll ever see them. Maybe at an international thing, if we ever do international. There's definitely not any international travel right now with COVID. But maybe, I think Geneva was a big thing that a lot of people go to, but that's not happening anymore. So just because of COVID. So maybe like a while from now after all that ends. So, all right.
Which trim and color for a Telluride? I think I have an answer for that. I would take SX SX Prestige, Nightfall, Wolf Gray.
Mhm.
There you go. I can be really specific
Actually,
about it
yeah,
because
that's
I know the Telluride really well.
with the
So
Dune brown interior.
I
I
really like
love
that.
the
Oh,
Dune
I
brown.
don't know if I could do a brown interior on a gray
Oh,
exterior.
I don't know. It's so good. Either that one or the beige one, or not the beige one. There's like a brownish. I don't know. It's a beautiful interior. I love that car so much. The only problem is that the markup on that is freaking nuts. So I don't know if I would pay like 60 some thousand for it, but it is really, really expensive if you just like go get one at the local dealer without ordering in advance. If you order in advance, then you might be all right.
Is it true there's a 2022 Nissan Murano? Yeah, there is. We just reviewed one. It's on our channel if you want to check that out. It's pretty much the same as the 2021.
Avery, I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah. That's a beautiful combo. Okay. Yeah. So also, this gets to some of the points that I wanted to talk about in this video. Since it's the end of the year, please comment some suggestions in this live chat, in the comment section down below, in our recent videos or something. Comment any suggestions you have, what you want to see this year. Like Drew said, we totally take that into account. So, you guys are what we're here to serve. We want to get you the content that we want, that you want to see. So if you want to see a night video, I saw someone said something about night interior videos. That's great. I absolutely. I send me those suggestions. I will do them. The only problem with the night thing, I will say specifically for that, is that we have to have it as a loaner to have a night video on it, because typically we just go to the dealer and do it during the daytime. But if we have a loaner car, we'll have it for 7 days so we can do it at night. So, that's we'll be doing more of those if we get more press loaners. So yeah, please go ahead and comment those suggestions down below and all that. And we really appreciate all of you all.
Yeah. And apologies that the resolution today is a little grainy. We're doing this on a webcam from the laptop this time. Typically, we have one of our girlfriends to come to and do like with a better camera and stuff, but we don't have that today. So the webcam, I'm noticing over here on my phone, looks a little grainy, but gets the job done for today.
Yeah, at least it's stable. One time it wasn't very stable, so it's very stable this time.
That's right. This is a learning thing for us.
Yeah.
We've only done like 3 or 4.
And we're hoping to do more live streams because we want to, talk to you guys and really get to know some of you all a little bit better, and you guys can see a little bit more of us as well, besides just the car review side. So that's awesome. Okay. Let's see. La da dee do do. You got some suggestions down here. Absolutely, we'll be taking a look at these. We'll keep doing that sound level reading. That's something that we definitely love doing, and it's also great for our comparisons.
Yeah, I know a lot of people talk about that. So,
what are your guys' thoughts on electric cars at this current moment? That's probably a great talking point here. We're heading into EV6. Someone asked about what American automaker is in the lead for a successful electric future. I feel like the Ford Lightning is going to be great, and the Ford Mach-E is already great. I don't know. It's going to really be a toss-up. You guys are in for a very exciting couple years because electric cars are coming to life now, and a lot of events are going to be all new, just electric cars, and there are going to be new electric pickups, electric SUVs, and new brands are popping up. It's not just your Toyota, GM, Ford brands. It's all types of different things. So we're in for exciting times coming up. So, it's going to be a very interesting thing. And I'm curious to know what you guys think about that. Do you guys want electric cars? Is that something that you all like? Are you interested in buying electric cars? What exactly do you think about that? Let us know in the live chat here, because it's really gaining a lot more traction recently.
Right. We're living in a time of great transition, and all these brands are making these plans and talking about how they're going to be all electric, and just I don't know, 10 or 15 years only, which is not that long of a time, especially when you're talking about an auto industry that changes usually very slowly over 100 years or more. Um, so like I said, that's a really fascinating thing that we like to talk about with people, is just kind of what are your thoughts on electric? Would you consider going electric in the next year or two if your favorite brand puts out a new electric car?
Yeah. So far we've seen, it looks in the chat that a lot of people are very interested in it. And I think I do see that. When we talk about people back when we bought our Tesla just 2 years ago, I mean, I don't think people even really knew. Some of them didn't even know that a Tesla was electric, was one thing. And then also, I don't think really people understood or knew that. And they were very concerned about it. If they were going to buy one, they were very hung up on the fact that it was an EV. But I think people are really just like kind of more open to it now, from what I see. And I know that, I mean, Teslas are on back order for like 8 months or something. It's a long time. And then also, I know the Mach-E is almost at a 6-month wait period for that. And the F-150 Lightning is going to take a long time to come out. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting thing. There's a lot of demand, it seems like. But if people, I don't know if it's going to, fall off here in a little bit after a few people get electric cars or not. I don't know.
It's hard to know. Yeah, I saw someone mentioned battery replacement, being concerned about stuff like that. And that is a valid concern. It is hard to know what are those future repairs possibly going to cost when we're not even to that point really to even know too much about what a future thing would cost. I will say a lot of the electric cars generally are coming with the longer, warranties for battery electric components. So, sometimes
But it'll be
that'll
interesting to
cover you a
see,
lot longer.
like the fine print on that. How much degradation, is appropriate. If it's at 50%, is it 70%? I think for Teslas it's 75.
So far, every manufacturer I've seen is 70-ish.
70. Yeah. So far I think our Tesla charges to 200. So in 20,000 miles, I think on a full charge it goes a little over 200, maybe 205. So we've lost maybe 15 miles. So I don't know what the percent on that is, but it's about, I'd say, what,
that's probably
90.
Fantastic. We can talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah,
more in our
no
owner
spoilers,
update video.
I think
we'll calculate that out. But yeah, so there's a little degradation. That's a hard word to say.
A hard word to say.
A little bit of that going on.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll answer a few more questions here, and then we'll probably log off for the day and let you all go spend some time with your friends and family for New Year's. At least here on the East Coast side, we're getting to be about 6 o'clock. So I have about 6 more hours left of 2021, which is crazy. We had a really an awesome year, and I do want to just take a moment to talk about this. We really had a great 2021, which was awesome. Thanks to you all being supportive and watching all of our content, we were able to really go to a lot of cool things, especially towards the end of the year. We had events in Los Angeles. We've got to see the new Integra. That's opening a can of worms right there, the Integra. But
very busy November.
We had a very, very busy November, going in, California pretty much every single week to go to new launches, and all that stuff is possible because of you guys. So we really, really appreciate it. This is really all we ever have wanted to do. And now that we're able to do it, it's pretty awesome. So thanks so much. We really just appreciate you all. And, I know it's hard for us to appreciate each and every one of 273,000 people, but all of you added up really do make a nice team for us. And we're going to keep the great content coming. And of course, we're absolutely going to listen to your comments about what type of content you want to see coming up in the new year. But yeah, if you have any last questions, go ahead and shoot them down in the comment section. We'll stay on here for a few more minutes. But we appreciate you all. Thank you so much for allowing us to do this. It's really a great thing. So
yeah, and thanks to the about 100 of you guys, which have been on for almost an hour now.
I know. Dedication. Thank you so
some
much.
of your New Year's Eve with us.
Yeah, that is so great. Yeah. SUVs or sedans? Well, we own sedans, so we don't need the space. Yeah, SUVs are great, but we don't need the space, so sedans drive better. So I can't remember who asked that. It's popping up too fast.
I know,
see
I
it.
can't. My eyes can't focus on
Car
these.
Guy 2020 asked that.
Goodness gracious. Kona Inn, a good choice for your only car or a daily driver. Maybe. I mean, you could use it as your only car because you have the utility and you have the performance. Now, would you want to have it as your daily driver with a rock hard suspension designed to go on the racetrack? That's up to you. Personally, not really. I know the roads around where we're at are pretty crappy, so I would want to probably go with something a little more comfortable.
Depends on how your back is.
That's right.
If you appreciate your back, or if you would rather have sporty driving dynamics.
Right, but
it was pretty stiff. I'm not gonna lie,
it was definitely stiff, but it would be a blast.
Yeah, it's a pretty, and that engine is phenomenal. It sounds so good. I absolutely love that engine. That's pretty awesome. We're doing great for Christmas. Thank you. We had a good few days off, which was very nice. We had a busy year this year, so I think we made, I don't know, we'll have to maybe shoot some facts your way in the community tab, but I think we made a lot of videos this year. It seems like we did.
Yeah, at the end of the year, we'll be able to, we can see the whole year data, so we can, if you guys are interested in knowing like some statistics, how many views and likes and whatever, we can probably post those in a few days.
And we have a few that keep coming in here. Tesla or Lucid. We haven't been behind the wheel of a Lucid. From what I can see on the reviews, I probably would pick a Lucid, honestly, over like a Model S, just because it's newer. But I don't know. We haven't been behind the wheel of those. So
right. It's interesting. Some of these new electric brands, they don't have a lot of presence. So it's kind of difficult to be able to get a hold of some of these new cars. I think Mason mentioned it. Where hopefully maybe can find a Rivian somewhere, maybe in our local community. But it's kind of like we're almost have to source from people that buy them because they don't really send them out to.
It's not like in the fleet.
They don't have a press launch. They don't do kind of traditional stuff. So when you're talking about the Teslas, the Rivians, the Lucids, whatever else, that stuff, you got to be a little more creative to get a hold of it.
RAV4 Prime or ID4. We haven't been behind the wheel of the RAV4 Prime. Maybe we'll get one of those out of the fleet, but I hear they're very hard to get. So the ID4 is probably going to be easier to pick up, but we haven't been behind the wheel of the RAV4 Prime. I like the RAV4 Prime just from what I've seen. And the Volkswagen ID4 is a great car too. The only thing that's wrong with the Volkswagen ID4 is that it's a little slow. So it's an electric car, but it's not like super fast. So I don't know. It just depends on what you're looking for.
Do you miss the Toyota Camry?
No, I don't.
I mean, not particularly. Yeah. It wasn't my first car, so I don't have like sentimental feelings towards it per se. It was fun.
It's a great car. It just is
very
sporty.
Nice and reliable. Yeah. It just was not an enthusiastic vehicle. So that's why we wanted to replace it with something a little more exciting.
Yeah, we've seen the new Range Rover. But I don't know if we'll hopefully do a review on it. Maybe in the upcoming year, we'll be able to go partner with some Range Rover dealers and stuff, but to get some of that content up. Corvette Z06. I don't know if we'll ever get a video on that. We've had trouble finding just a regular Corvette. So honestly, I don't know. Let's be real, probably not. But
you never know. You guys keep subscribing, liking, commenting, watching, viewing, and then maybe they will send us one and we'll keep it for a whole week.
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys are in control. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. You guys are in control of what cars we get
We
to
get better.
review.
We
If
get
we
better
get
stuff, the more engaged you get.
if we get more subscribers, we get more comments, more likes, all of those things, those are all things that go into factoring into whether we get stuff. So please go ahead and do that. If tell your family, tell your mom, tell your dad, whoever, brother, sister, whatever. Just tell them to subscribe, even if they don't like cars, and tell them to watch.
Well, ideally, if they do like cars.
Hopefully they like cars, but go ahead and do everyone if you want. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're at an hour at this point. It's 6 o'clock, so I think we're probably going to log off here. But everyone have a great New Year's. Thanks so much for all you've done for us in the past year, and we'll see you tomorrow with the Kia Forte review. And here's to a great 2022. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye.